Beloved child, listen closely, for there is something in motion right now that you cannot yet see, and if I revealed it all at once your heart would scarcely believe it, but I must prepare you, because in the days to come, what looks like an ordinary moment will hold extraordinary weight, and what you are tempted to dismiss as casual, accidental, or even meaningless will actually be the key that shifts the entire atmosphere of your season, and that is why I whisper to you now, do not ignore the small signs, do not overlook the simple notifications, do not disregard what may arrive quietly in your life, because one message, one word, one unexpected text will carry the seed of breakthrough, and when it lands in your hands it will not just shift your emotions for a moment, but will mark the beginning of a divine realignment that I myself have been orchestrating in the background for months, even years. You have prayed for change, you have cried out for confirmation, you have asked me to show you that I have not forgotten you, and while you expected my answer to come in thunder or visions or dramatic signs, I chose to cloak it in simplicity so that when it comes you will know it was me, for only I could weave together such precision at such a perfect time. That text will not be random. It will be the vessel of clarity, the carrier of healing, the door to a conversation that sparks reconciliation, the bridge to a new opportunity, or the signpost that points you toward the very path I have written for you all along. Do not think that this will be just another buzz in your pocket or glow on your screen, for when it arrives your spirit will leap in recognition. Because I have already marked your heart to sense the weight of it before your mind even understands it. That text is not simply words, it is a shift in atmosphere, a divine interruption, a reminder that I hear you, I see you, and I move for you. And know this. The enemy has tried to convince you that nothing is changing, that you are stuck, that no one cares, that silence means abandonment. But I tell you the silence has only been the stage for the sudden sound that is about to break through, and it will come not with chaos but with precision, not with noise but with impact, for I have timed it in such a way that the moment you are tempted to give up, the notification will arrive as proof that I am still at work. You may not expect who it comes from, you may not imagine the timing, but when it comes you will see that I touched a heart, stirred a memory, opened a channel, and moved someone to reach out in the very hour you needed it most. That message will be like a spark in a dark room, lighting what felt lifeless, and you will begin to sense that a new season has already begun even before you step fully into it, because the shift happens not only in circumstances but first in the atmosphere, in your faith, in your expectation, and that is why I have chosen to announce it this way, to awaken you, to realign you, to remind you that I am not bound by what you see but that I move in ways you can never predict. So prepare yourself, beloved, not by chasing after signs but by being still and watchful, for when this message comes you will not need to force, you will not need to manipulate, you will not need to wonder if it is me, because the peace that floods your spirit as you read it will testify louder than any explanation. For some, this text will carry reconciliation with someone long estranged. For others, it will open a door of opportunity that no application or effort could have achieved. For others still, it will be a confirmation of what you have prayed in secret, word for word, as though I myself typed it out and delivered it into your hand. And this, child, is why I am telling you now, so that you do not dismiss it when it arrives, so that you do not scroll past it thinking it is ordinary, because within it lies the beginning of the extraordinary. The atmosphere of your season is about to shift, and though it may begin with one simple vibration, one notification, one unexpected text, the ripple will spread across every part of your life until you look around and see that nothing is the same, because I, the Lord your God, have declared it to be so. Child, lean closer, because what I am unfolding now requires your full attention, and I do not want you to mistake my silence for absence, nor my timing for delay. For the truth is that I have been arranging layers upon layers behind the scenes, interweaving the prayers you prayed years ago with the tears you cried in private and the longings you buried deep within your heart. And I have hidden them in a moment that will look so ordinary from the outside that only those who are watchful in spirit will discern its weight. That unexpected text, the one I told you about, is not simply about conversation, not simply about communication, it is about alignment, destiny, and unlocking what has been shut, for the world measures change in grand events, but I measure it in obedience, in subtle divine intersections, in the way one word spoken at the right time can turn the course of a season. I know you have felt weary of waiting, weary of promises that seem far away, weary of cycles that look unbroken, but my child, you do not yet realize how much has been moving beneath the surface. The reason you could not see it is because I concealed it to protect it, for if you had seen it too soon you would have tried to force it, and if you had forced it, it would not have carried the fullness of what I intend to release through it. Hear me. When that text arrives, it will not just touch your emotions, it will pierce into the very atmosphere of your life and command a shift. Because I have decreed that the seasons of stagnation and heaviness cannot remain when my word has been released, and that message will carry my word embedded within it, though it may come through human hands. Do you not know that I have always chosen unlikely vessels? A shepherd boy to slay a giant, a fisherman to preach to nations, a barren woman to birth a prophet, a carpenter's son to redeem the world, and now, I have chosen to use something as simple as a text to ignite what you thought had died, to awaken what you thought was lost, to confirm what you thought I had forgotten. This is why the enemy has been pressing you in the silence, whispering that no one cares, that no one remembers, that your prayers were wasted, because he knew that if he could bury your expectation, you might miss the weight of what is about to arrive. But I did not allow his schemes to prosper, for even though you have felt moments of despair, there has been a spark inside you that refused to go out, and that spark is the faith I planted within you, the faith that will recognize the shift when it comes. This message, beloved, will not only affect your heart but will ripple into relationships, opportunities, and timing in ways you cannot yet imagine. For some of you, this text will come from someone you thought was gone forever, someone you thought had walked out of your story, and the moment their words appear on your screen, you will know that I have been working in their heart in ways you could never have orchestrated. For others, it will be a divine door, an opportunity, an invitation, a connection that no resume, no application, no striving could have secured, and yet there it will be, delivered right into your hands at the exact hour I ordained. And for still others, this message will simply be words of encouragement, yet so precise, so in alignment with what you were crying out in secret, that you will fall to your knees in awe, knowing that only I could have whispered to another to send those very words. Do you not see, child? I am not bound by the methods you expect. I am the God who uses ravens to feed prophets, who sends dreams to kings, who calls fishermen on shores, who writes destiny through small encounters, and now I will use a message on a screen to begin the turning of your season. But you must also prepare yourself, for when this atmosphere shifts, it will expose things as well as heal them. Light not only illuminates the good, it also reveals what has been hidden in shadows. That text may bring healing, but it may also bring clarity about who is truly for you and who has only lingered in your life to drain you. Do not fear this revelation, for I remove what cannot go with you into your next season so that your hands are free to hold the blessings I am about to release. And if this message brings closure rather than continuation, know that closure is not rejection, it is direction. For I am not merely interested in giving you comfort. I am interested in establishing your destiny, and sometimes that requires me to end chapters you would have clung to, so that I can begin the chapter you were born for. Understand this too, the timing of this message is divine. It will not come when you are striving, refreshing your inbox or staring at your phone. It will come when you have surrendered, when your heart is quiet, when you have given up trying to force the outcome. For in that stillness, you will recognize that it is not coincidence but providence. Some of you will receive it after a long day of disappointment, as though I waited until your spirit was on the verge of giving up, so that you would know I am the lifter of your head. Others will receive it at dawn, as a sign that new mercies truly do come with the morning. And others still will receive it at a moment of deep loneliness, when you thought no one saw you, and suddenly a message arrives that proves I have been orchestrating care for you all along. And I tell you this so that you will not miss it, for the enemy will try to cloud your discernment, to make you doubt, to make you brush it off as ordinary. But listen to me, when this message arrives, pause. Do not rush. Do not dismiss. Read it with your spirit, not just your eyes, for the atmosphere will testify even if the words seem simple. You will feel a shift in your chest, a stirring in your spirit, a peace that cannot be explained, and that is how you will know it is more than coincidence. It is the divine breaking into your ordinary. And once that shift begins, do not resist it. Let it realign you. Let it open doors. Let it close others. Let it move you into position, for I am not just changing your emotions, I am changing your season, and seasons are marked not by calendars but by divine interruptions such as this. Beloved, lift your eyes, because this is not the end of your story, not the end of your prayers, not the end of your purpose. That unexpected text is only the beginning, the sound of the first domino falling in a chain I have long prepared, and as you watch it unfold, you will understand why I asked you to trust, why I asked you to wait, why I asked you not to give up in the silence. For silence was not abandonment. It was the sacred pause before the sound that changes everything, and that sound is about to arrive in the most unexpected yet undeniable way. The atmosphere of your season is shifting, and when it begins, nothing and no one will be able to stop what I have declared. Child, do not think it strange that I keep speaking about this one moment, this one text, as though it carries the weight of an entire turning, for the truth is that sometimes I hide the fullness of my plans inside something small so that only those who trust me can recognize the treasure within it, and this is why I told you to pay attention, because this will not be an ordinary message, it will be the hinge upon which doors swing open. The seed from which a harvest grows, the spark that lights a fire that has been waiting in your spirit for far too long, and I must prepare you because when it comes, you will feel something break off of you, something you did not even realize you were carrying, and in its place there will be a lightness, a clarity, a sense of alignment that no circumstance can steal. For this is what I am doing. I am not just sending you words, I am sending you confirmation, I am sending you keys, I am sending you the evidence that I have been moving even in silence. You have cried out to me and said, Lord, have you forgotten? Do you not see the years I've waited, the prayers I've prayed, the nights I've wept? And I tell you now, I have collected every tear, I have recorded every prayer, I have seen every moment of surrender, and I have prepared this moment so that you will know with certainty that I have never left you nor forsaken you. Understand this mystery, beloved. The reason I waited until now to release it is because the blessing itself was not yet ready, the people involved were not yet prepared, the opportunities were not yet aligned, the soil of your life was not yet broken enough to receive what I wanted to plant. Do you see? If I had sent this message too early, it would have fallen flat, it would have been misunderstood, it would have been resisted by the very heart I intend to soften. But now the timing has ripened, and what once would have slipped through your fingers will now take root, what once would have confused you will now bring clarity, what once would have drained you will now empower you. This is why I say to you, be ready, for the atmosphere is about to shift in ways you cannot explain. And when it does, do not rush to analyze it, simply yield, simply flow, simply let the unfolding reveal itself, for I am a God of suddenlies, and when my suddenly appears, it often looks at first like something ordinary, but soon you see it was extraordinary all along. Some of you will find that this unexpected text carries reconciliation, not because the person sending it suddenly decided to change on their own, but because I have been whispering to them in the night, I have been convicting their heart, I have been turning their steps even when they resisted me, and the moment they press send, it will be as though chains fall from both of you, for I am not just restoring communication, I am restoring what the enemy thought he had destroyed. Others will find that this text is an opening into territory you never thought you'd touch, a new job, a new door, a new assignment, and while the message itself may seem simple, the opportunity it introduces will rearrange everything. And others still will receive what looks like only encouragement, but it will land like fire in your soul, reminding you that I hear you, that I am with you, that I know you by name, and that one word of life can silence 1,000 lies of the enemy. This is why you must not take it lightly, for though it comes through a screen, it is not just a human message, it is a divine intervention wrapped in digital form. And do not be surprised if opposition rises soon after, because whenever I release a shift, the enemy scrambles to cloud it, to confuse it, to push you into doubt. But hear me, my child, do not be moved. You will feel his whispers saying, "It's not real. It doesn't mean anything. You're imagining it." But I tell you now, hold on to the peace you feel when it arrives, for peace is the seal of my spirit, and the enemy cannot counterfeit true peace. Guard it, treasure it, write it down, mark the day and hour, for you will look back and know that was the moment the tide turned. You will not need to force the outcome of this message, for it will carry momentum of its own. It will unfold like a river once the dam has broken, and all you must do is stay in step with me as the waters carry you forward. But I must also warn you, child, this shift will demand that you let go of certain things, for I will not allow you to drag old baggage into new seasons. There are people who cannot go with you, there are patterns you cannot repeat, there are fears you cannot cling to anymore, and when this message arrives, it will become clear to you what you must release. Do not mourn what I remove, for I never take without purpose. I prune so that fruit may multiply, I close doors so that greater ones may open, I expose deception so that truth may prevail. Trust me in the severing as much as you trust me in the blessing, for both are part of your preparation. And when you feel the atmosphere shift, it will not just be external, it will be internal too. You will find yourself thinking differently, speaking differently, even believing differently, because I am renewing your mind to match the new reality I am ushering you into. My beloved, the days ahead will testify that I am a God of perfect timing. The very thing you thought was delayed beyond repair will suddenly accelerate. The very area where you felt forgotten will suddenly overflow. The very door you thought was permanently closed will suddenly swing wide. Do not underestimate the ripple of this one message, for it will reach further than you imagine, influencing connections, decisions, alignments you cannot yet see. Just as one stone thrown into a still pond sends waves across the whole surface, so too will this unexpected text send waves across every area of your life, shifting not just one circumstance but the very atmosphere you live in. This is why I told you to expect it, for I want your spirit awake, your eyes open, your heart ready, because what comes next requires your full attention and your unwavering trust. And when it happens, do not keep it hidden in silence. Testify. Share. Speak of my goodness. For your testimony will unlock faith in others who are also waiting, who are also weary, who are also wondering if I have forgotten them. When they hear what I did for you, it will spark hope that I will do it for them, for I am no respecter of persons, and what I do for one, I am able to do for all who call on my name. This is why the enemy has fought so hard to silence you, because he knows your testimony is a weapon, a light, a fire that will ignite others. But I have preserved you for such a time as this, and when the atmosphere shifts, your voice will carry new authority, new boldness, new anointing, for it will not be the voice of someone merely surviving, it will be the voice of someone who has seen the hand of God in motion. So hold steady, child, for you are closer than you know, nearer than you imagine, and when the moment comes it will not announce itself with fanfare. It will arrive quietly, simply, suddenly, and yet its impact will be undeniable. That unexpected text is not a coincidence. It is a divine assignment sent to prove that I am still writing your story, still answering your prayers, still turning all things for your good, and when it lands in your hands, you will know with certainty that the atmosphere of your season has shifted, never to return to the weight of the old again. My beloved, as I draw this message to its fullness, I need you to understand why I have spoken so strongly about this moment, why I have pressed into your spirit the urgency of expectation, and why I have refused to allow you to give up when everything around you screamed that I had forgotten, for this unexpected text is not just about words written on a screen. It is the visible sign of an invisible shift that has already begun in the heavens. It is the bridge between what you prayed for and what I have been preparing. It is the announcement that a long season of delay has reached its expiration date, and you must now step into the flow of acceleration I have released. Do you remember the times you felt as though nothing was moving, as though your prayers were bouncing off the ceiling, as though I was silent? I tell you now, I was never absent, I was never ignoring you, I was never withholding out of cruelty. I was aligning, I was pruning, I was making ready both you and what belongs to you, and now the fullness of time has come. The reason this text will carry such weight is because it will not come by human impulse alone, it will be stirred by my spirit, timed by my hand, delivered according to my will, and when you see it appear, you will know that the delay was not punishment but positioning, and this is why I say, treat it as holy. Do not dismiss it, do not shrug it off as chance, for it is the very thing I told you to watch for, it is the key that will unlock the door I set before you, it is the moment where your faith and my promise collide in tangible reality. You have been in a season where the enemy whispered that nothing would ever change, that you had missed your chance, that you were disqualified. But I tell you now, with one divine interruption, I can scatter the lies of years, I can redeem the time you thought was lost, I can propel you forward with a velocity that erases every ounce of delay. This is what this shift is about. It is not only about the text itself, but about the new atmosphere it ushers in. Do you feel the stirring even now? Do you sense the anticipation that rises in your spirit? That is not your imagination, child, that is my spirit testifying within you that the moment is near. Hear me clearly, this text will not only bless you, it will demand something of you. For when I release breakthrough, I also require stewardship. Will you handle it with wisdom? Will you protect it from doubt? Will you nurture it as a seed until it grows into a tree? Some of you will be tempted to question it, to overthink it, to run back to old habits of fear and suspicion, but I say, resist that temptation. Receive this gift with gratitude, with humility, with the awareness that it is not the end of the journey but the beginning of a greater unfolding. For this is not just a message, it is an entry point, a divine door, and if you walk through it with faith, you will step into a landscape you have never seen before. Yes, child, there will be challenges still, but you will face them with a new strength, because this moment will mark the shift of atmosphere over your life. Where heaviness once lingered, joy will begin to rise. Where confusion clouded your mind, clarity will cut through. Where hopelessness drained you, expectation will take root again. And all of this from something so simple, something so ordinary in appearance. That is how I move, that is how I reveal my glory, by wrapping the extraordinary in the ordinary, so that only the eyes of faith can perceive it. Do you see now why I have been training you to watch, to wait, to discern? Because many will miss what I am doing, but you, my chosen, will not. Beloved, I must also tell you this text, this shift, this divine interruption, is not just for you, it is for those connected to you. The blessing I am about to pour into your life will overflow, it will spill into your family, your friends, even strangers who cross your path. For I never bless one in isolation, I bless so that the blessing multiplies. When you testify, others will believe. When you step into new doors, others will be inspired to walk through their own. When your atmosphere shifts, those around you will feel the ripple, and they too will be lifted. This is why I need you strong, why I need you anchored, because you are not just a recipient, you are a carrier, you are a vessel, you are the one I chose to be the sign to others that I still move, that I still answer, that I still break through. And child, know this, the enemy will not be silent. He will try to twist what I send, he will try to distract you, he will try to plant seeds of fear, but I have already given you the authority to silence him. Stand firm in the truth I have spoken. Do not waver. Declare my promises aloud when doubt rises. Use the weapon of your worship to guard the shift I have released. For as quickly as this blessing comes, you must be vigilant to protect it, not in your own strength, but in the strength of my spirit that resides in you. And as you stand, you will watch as the schemes of the enemy crumble, as the snares he laid are broken, as the atmosphere that once oppressed you becomes an atmosphere that empowers you. Now lean in closely, child, for here is my final word to you. Do not just expect a text, expect transformation. Do not just look for a notification, look for a new direction. Do not just wait for a message, wait for the movement it ignites. For when I say the atmosphere will shift, I do not mean in one small area alone, I mean across the landscape of your season, across the ground you walk on, across the very way you live and breathe. The heaviness will lift. The chains will break. The walls will fall. And it will all begin with a moment that seems so simple, so ordinary, so unexpected. That is how I write stories that no one can take credit for but me. That is how I prove that I am God and there is none like me. So hold on, beloved, with both hands. Stay ready. Keep your heart open, your spirit sensitive, your eyes fixed on me. For soon, very soon, you will see what I have promised. Soon you will read the words that will change everything. Soon you will feel the atmosphere shift, not just around you, but within you. And when it does, remember this moment, remember this promise, remember this whisper. It was never punishment, it was always preparation, it was always alignment, it was always love. And when that unexpected text arrives, let it be the proof to your soul that I am faithful, I am near, and I am leading you into the season you have longed for all along.